Hey everyone, it's Christian, your local real estate agent specializing here in Burnaby and Vancouver. And for today's video, I want to talk to you about Vancouver's best run clubs. Running is a big part of my life. And when I was living in Japan 10 years ago, at one point I ran 7-8 marathons in a single calendar year. So, I was running 120K a week. And it consumed me. I loved it, and I loved the culture of the running clubs in Tokyo. And when I moved back to Vancouver, or when I moved back to Canada, I came to Vancouver, my hometown being Toronto. And one way to meet people, really cool people, is in running clubs. And it's a great way to stay in shape. And so that's something I've been doing for the last 15 years for myself. And if you're watching this video and you're new to Vancouver, well, I've got some recommendations for you. And even if you're not new, I've got some recommendations for you as well. Okay, so my first and favorite run club, and I'm biased here because I'm a big part of the group and I also sponsor it from time to time. It's called Social Run Club. And it really occupies a special niche. And it's really a social club that's kind of masked in a run club. And so the name is very fitting, Social Run Club. And I think it's a great club for you if you're new to the city and you're wanting to connect with high quality people. I have joined, half a dozen, 7, maybe even more than that, running groups in the last 10 years, and I've never come across a group that I liked more than this. And in fact, the very first time I went out for a run was in September of 2021, and this is during the pandemic. And I remember my initial gut feeling when I met the group of about 15 joggers, and I just remember feeling this is love at first sight. I really felt a good connection with the people. And so Social Run Club is great if you love meeting people and forming deeper connections. It's also another recommendation I have for the reason why it's great too is the events are a lot of fun. The organizer, a guy by the name of Jeff Scotus, comes up with some very interesting concepts throughout the year. In the wintertime, there's Run for Ramens. It's just very interesting, and it's not too serious. Of a running club as well. So it really occupies that niche of focusing on having a great time and being fit. Now, second running club recommendation is the Vancouver Falcons. Now, this is an athletics club. I've also run with them in the past. Very different type of running. It's very serious, very focused on personal best times. Long distances like half marathons, marathons. I would do workouts here 10 years ago with the Falcons, and I was literally, ready to heave because you are put through your paces. So if you're looking for personal best times, you want to run long distances, the Falcons is a great club to consider. Next is the East Van Run Club. I have not run with them myself, but this is a group that was formed in 2013, 2014. I've talked to probably a half a dozen people in our own club that have talked about it. They are members of East Van Run Club, and they say it's got a good culture. It's a little bit of a harder run than Social Run Club, but it's still social enough, and they run out of East Vancouver. So that might be one you want to check out. They're very prominent on Instagram. That might be the best place to start. Next, Running Room. Running Room, of course, is a series of, it's a franchise, and you go there to choose running gear or running shoes. The Running Room is great for entry-level runners. If you're just starting out, you just want to see if running is even for you. The Running Room offers clinics. I've done some coaching myself at the Running Room, and these clinics are over 10 weeks. It's usually every Saturday or Sunday morning. There might be a guest speaker throughout the week speaking on nutrition, sleep habits, and training habits and so on, and you could start there. And they're very gentle jogs throughout the week, okay? Next, Pacific Road Runners. This is a group that meets and runs out of Granville Island. I ran with them a couple of times a number of years ago. I found it was a bit more of a mature audience. And finally, there's a couple other groups I've come across in my research. I have not run with them. Fraser Street Run Club has come up a few times. So that's in East Vancouver, so you could check them out. And another one, probably the best name I've seen so far, is the Ice Cream and Donut Run Club. So I guess that's the reward once you wrap up the run. So those are some run clubs and suggestions for you. Thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you next time.